Welcome back to Over 55. I'm here with Sophia of Greens Galore. Hello, Sophia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. So we're here at Greens Galore, which if everybody's looking at this TV right now, they'll think this is all real, but it's not.
It's what we want. No, it is not. Nothing in here is real, besides us, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect for outdoors, indoors. A lot of these ones here, these are meant for outdoors. They're
Right.
UV protected, so they can be outdoors. A lot of people do put them inside as well,
Okay.
around a fireplace or things like that. They can be, some people plant them directly in the ground. They can be.
Really?
Yeah, but a lot of people do use them for container gardening just
Right.
because the real things are usually hard to keep alive, especially at a size like this,
Yes.
in real.
Yes.
In a pot.
And that's interesting, saying they're UV. So, I mean, it really is made a lot of this for outdoors.
Yes,
You
the
know.
whole outdoor phenomenon is kind of really
Right.
kicked off. I mean, we only have
Yeah.
a couple months of summer, so I think everybody
Yeah.
wants as much as we can get
We hope.
out of it. Yes.
Now, earlier we spoke, and it was interesting because you said it gets to be almost seasonal like gardening. So people
Yeah.
come in and buy these plants. They look like plants
Yeah.
in the springtime because they start the garden. So a lot of it's outdoor boxes and
Yeah, most of the stuff that happens in spring is more of the geraniums, marigolds, basically almost anything that you would see in real, you
Right.
do see in artificial. So a lot of people just like to do, you know, a
flash.
of color.
That's true too.
You know, to put outside their patio. We can put them in their urns. We can add them around real cedars or real trees that people have in their planters already. A lot of people put them at their cottage, a second home, boats even. They're pretty versatile.
Yeah, because now when somebody comes in here, I'm sure you're an expert at this, so you can also give them some ideas maybe on how they should plant stuff, based on the front entrance of their house, because there's some
Yep.
great stuff here. I noticed even coming in there was a hedge, which
Yes.
I have a great habit of not having green thumbs. Kill these things.
Well, a lot of things are good for privacy. So people will use the things like hedges when you're living in a condo or row houses where you kind of want a little bit of privacy
Okay.
on your patio. That kind of thing is really, most people are actually asking, I want privacy, I don't want to see my neighbors, or even shade sometimes, some of the bigger trees. But yeah, we pretty much we custom design everything. So if you had planter boxes, you can bring them in. We can plant them up for you as you would see just as you would see real plants.
So I'm sure the price might be a little more than a flower you're buying in the spring, but you don't have fertilizer.
You don't have to water. You don't have to bug your neighbor to water if you go away.
Right. You don't have all the pruning tools. You don't have to pick the flowers off when they die. So really, at the end of the day, and then you bring them in the fall.
Yep.
And you can use them again next spring.
Absolutely. Actually, all of the boxwoods and cypress and cedars, they can stay out year round. A lot of people do leave them out year round. People put lights on them at Christmas time, add like ornaments. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just easier.
What's great too is you're using all the right terms for the flowers when they're really not flowers, but they look so real that you know
Exactly.
all the phrases and what they are. And you were saying geraniums, because I know I go out every year in the spring and spend a couple of $100 on geraniums, and then in the fall I'm freezing my off to pull them out and find somewhere to throw them away.
Well, that's even too if they last that full season. We don't, depending on the weather, and who knows what it'll be like this year, if it's too wet or too dry, too sunny. I mean, a lot of people have spots that they just can't grow anything to, just because it doesn't get enough sun, or it's just their soil is not very good. So I mean, they can be put anywhere, and then you can basically take them out, change them, move them around if you want within the season. That's the thing, you can have them year after year.
Right. And I think that the other thing is, because they are artificial, and like I say, when fall comes, I have to throw them in the garbage. I live in a house, so I can dump the dirt somewhere. So at least but when you're in a condo or an apartment, how do you get rid of the dirt that you've already bought 5 bags to bring in? Now it's all loose dirt, and you got the stuff left over, so you got to rid of it. So this year you don't have to.
That's the other big thing, actually, is a lot of condo apartments are coming up in London, and first of all, there's no hose outside usually, and they really prefer you not to water anything, just as courtesy for the people below you. So these are perfect. You can hang them over the sides. Nothing will happen, and then you can even store them, keep them outside, and just put a plastic bag over them for the winter on your balcony. Or
So you have 2 locations. You have one in South London and one in North London. The locations are?
The South London is Wellington Road, just past the 401.
Right.
And Hyde Park is the corner of Hyde Park and Fanshawe.
Okay, I know my wife has done some shopping up there because we have a lot of still trees in the house that are alive because we didn't kill them because they weren't real to start with. So it's great. I mean, once a year, sometimes I get the job to dust the leaves, but that's not anything that's a big deal to do. So it's easy.
It's just like anything.
Yes, to look after it. So this is great. I think people come here, you have a huge inventory from flowers to plants to hedges to topiary, I guess is in some ways topiary, and cactus. It's just...
That's the big
orchids.
Thing actually that's into.
Is that in now, cactus?
Is succulents. That's probably, grasses and succulents are probably our main seller right now. Everything is kind of going cleaner, contemporary look. But that's not to say that vines and ferns and things like that aren't still selling.
Well, Sophia, thank you for letting us understand a bit more about this type of a market where I think everybody has a good advantage to using it.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much.